We have breaking news out of Detroit, where Tigers GM Asa Villain has traded Austin Meadows to the Mets for prospects. Now for more, we cross live to local reporter Big Daddy Bling. Prospects? Oh man, for real, the only prospects these guys have in Detroit is a trip to Toledo. Yo, Austin, come on back, baby. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Detroit Tigers Season 5 Episode 4 today. We're going to be facing the Colorado Rockies in Colorado, so hopefully home runs galore. But the big news since last episode is Austin Meadows is now a New York Met. We have traded him there basically for prospects just to get rid of the $22.5 million that we're paying him a year. And annoyingly, he has gone to the Mets. And his bat has come back to life again. He's batting .381. Oh yes, it's all a small sample size, but 6 home runs, which is more than he got for us in, 215 plate appearances. He's got 6 in 48. So he's back. He's just not back with us. But I just think that, I mean, those last 2 seasons, it was starting to go the same way. And I just thought we can't afford that. We can't afford to have $22 million tied up in somebody who is just not doing it for us. So we traded him. We traded him for prospects. The first is Yeremy Abad. Abad is probably a good name for him. I don't know how much we're going to see from him. Potentially a 3-star pitcher. Yeah, AAA is probably his level. We got William Yanez, who again is even worse. So again, maybe he'll come in. Our pitching coaches will find something and he'll become a superstar, but unlikely. Colin Ledbetter, and he is even worse. He is a left fielder that can't bat, so that is him. And the player that might actually go somewhere for us is Kalina Sauer. Now, he actually does look like he could be a decent, maybe like closer setup guy, or even just, you know, general bullpenner. So I have a little bit higher hopes for him. I've put him up into AA. He had previously been in high A. So, yeah, we'll just kind of see how he gets on. But he's the one that might amount to something. But the main reason for this trade was just to get rid of the cash. So that frees that up. And if we can have a look at our finances, we can see that we now have 13, almost 14 million for free agents and 11 or so million for extensions. Now, we've got to add to that, of course, if we go and have a look at upcoming free... Oh, no, we want salary, sorry. At the top there, Sandy Alcantara, remember him. His 17 million that we're paying him goes after this year. So we're going to have that to spend for next season as well. Now, there's going to be... You can see Torkelson and Green are going to be quite big increases in arbitration. So... yeah, we can try and do the one. Now, just want to make sure that this is correct. Not that I don't trust the person that told me this. If I also offer a 1-year deal before arbitration, well, I mean, Torkelson's going to be a free agent the year after anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But we would still have Green just for a season. Like, he'd still be, he wouldn't be a free agent after that season, right? He would still be going off to arbitration. And we could offer him another 1-year deal. But anyway, I just want to make sure that that's the case before I do it. I don't want to offer them a 1-year deal, then have it go a free agency. Now, the other thing is Jacob deGrom. He is on $27.4 million. I have tried to trade him, retaining some of the salary. There's not really anything that makes us that much better. I know he doesn't have a player option for next year. I suspect he is going to want to stay with us because nowhere else I wouldn't imagine he's going to pay him that much. And if we have a look at him, you can see he is starting to fade. Now, he's still very good, but he is starting to fade. Now, we've only got him this year and next year, so I think we're going to just about get away with this. And even if we end up with him being a number 5 starter next year, you know, because he does completely fade away, I think we've got our money's worth out of him. It's not been his fault. We haven't gone past the wild card series. Unfortunately, I get the feeling we're going to get everything else up to the level as Jacob deGrom drops away. But them's the breaks, I suppose, aren't they? All right. Now, speaking of contract extensions, Luis Garcia has signed one. So he was a free agent at the end of this year. We've go to contract here. We have snapped him up. He is going to be with us for a further 5 years. On you can see 5.5 million a season plus a little bonus there if he wins MVP or gets an All-Star selection. So I think 5.5 million for him is quite good. He is a very decent third baseman that can hit for us. So I'm quite happy with that deal. Let me know. He can play second base as well, actually. He's not just a third baseman. But yeah, let me know what you think of that. I think he's on $5 million now. It's $500,000 more for 5 years. It'll make him 31. It just made sense to me to do that. Now, if we go and have a look at how we've been getting on since last episode, well, we have won 8 of 17, which is not fantastic, but it's not horrible. We are half a game back of the Kansas City Royals and a game ahead of the Guardians, and we are currently half a game outside of the wild card. Now, if we have a look at how we've got on, now, of course, we left off after that humbling in New York. We then went to Minnesota, went to Milwaukee. We won game 1, lost game 2, so a split there. We had a series against Boston. We lost one in extra inning, but we did win the last 2 of that, so that's a series win for us, which is excellent. We skip it now in May. Actually, Riley Green was Player of the Month, and Takazawa was Rookie of the Month. So a good month, that one, for 2 of our boys. Then we've played Cleveland. We only managed to win 1 of 3, and one of those was this game here, this extra inning win. Now, look here, we got a run in the 9th, which was the Luis Garcia home run, and then in the 11th, walking us off for his first career RBI is the man that came into the squad to replace Parker Meadows. It's Carter Young. They may remember he was part of the trade for somebody. Oh, it was Vesia. This is who we got for Vesia. Yeah, so he's come in and his first RBI walks us off, and that was absolutely brilliant. So he came into the squad when Austin Meadows dropped out, and we'll have a bit of a closer look at how he's getting on in just a moment. But yeah, that was brilliant. Then we had a series against the A's, and we only managed to win 1. Now, there was some tight games in here. We lost 1 in 12. We lost 1 by a single run. But ultimately, we only won 1 of those 4 games. A series in Baltimore, we got wiped in the first game, but then we managed to win the next 2. So series win, lovely stuff. Then we've had 2 games against Colorado that have gone very differently. We absolutely smashed them in game 1. They absolutely smashed us in game 2. So game 3 is a decider. If that pattern continues, then we're going to absolutely smash them, and we will enjoy that. So a quick look at everybody's pitching stats here, and we can see that, well, Eknes has come back in, and he has struggled a little bit. That ERA is a little bit higher than we would like, where he's borderline, and I mean borderline, go back to AAA, mate. Get yourself going again, and then we'll call you back up. But we'll see how he goes. Everybody else though is doing finding a seat to DeGrom, even though he is fading, he's still our best guy. So that's just the way that is. The other guy that's been struggling, who previously has been quite good for us, is Billy Sullivan. Yeah, he's not done well, and you can see that that ERA and that WHIP are not fantastic for someone who's coming at the end of games. But other than that, it's not been too bad. I'm quite happy with everything, how it's going. Now, it's Elder that's going to get the start for us today. Now, I've moved him up in the order, in the rotation ahead of Griff McGarry, and the reason for that is because we're playing it at Colorado. McGarry is a fly ball pitcher. Eder is a neutral, like doesn't have a preference. He doesn't have a what's the word? Like he's not, you know what I mean. You know what it means more than I do. So that's why he's going to get the start today, because Eknes is a fly ball pitcher, and you saw game 2, he got beat up on. So we're going to make that change to the rotation for this one. And then the hitters, it's kind of as you were. Carter Young, I'll sort of highlight there, so you can kind of keep an eye on how he's been getting on, which is quite well since he came in. And the other guy that's come in and done well, and to be honest, is the reason that I traded Austin Meadows and was more likely to lose patience with him, is Tony Vega. He is absolutely belting the ball around. Now, he tends to either strike out or hit a home run, but I'm okay with that because he's hitting a lot of home runs. So yeah, that is the man that has come in to replace Austin Meadows in the lineup. And if you are not familiar, we signed him last season off of free agency. He's a power hitter, and that is literally all he is, but that's okay. Hopefully he's he was smacking it around in AAA, so we called him in and he did brilliantly. And then that was the end of Austin Meadows. The standings, we can see them here sort of across Major League Baseball, and I mean, there's no real outstanding teams. You know, the Texas Rangers are the best team in our league, just ahead of the Mariners and the Yankees. But outside of that, you know, there's not much between all the teams. So it's going to be just being consistent and making sure you win one more game than you lose kind of thing every 10 games. So yeah, that'll get you to the playoffs. And then in the National League, the Padres are leading the way. And you can see there the Rockies, who we're playing today, actually have a losing record. So yeah, that is usually how that division goes. The Dodgers actually having a bit of a poor one, aren't they? So let's go and have a look at these lineups then for our game today against the Rockies. And this is it. So Takazawa leads us off in center field. Cabrera in right field bats second. Green in left field bats third. Vega is designated hitting at 4. Torkelson bats 5 at first. It's Garcia, the new man with the extension. He's not new man, but you know what I mean. New extension. He bats 6 at third base. Carter Young at second base is the new man. It is Blake Hunt at catching. It is Lopez, the shortstop. Elder is the pitcher. He's up against Ryan Feltner today. He has pitched 2 games this year. A 1-0 record. 0 runs given up or earned runs given up. A whip of half. And 13.5 strikeouts per 9 inning. Let's hope we can do a bit of damage to those stats today. Alright, so welcome to Colorado. Takazawa will lead us off. And let's see what we can do today. Now, one thing that I did start to question when I saw that Austin Meadows went to New York and started belting the ball around again was our hitting coach. He's good. Like, he's an excellent... with mechanics, an excellent, not excellent, like the blue one, they're outstanding or whatever it is, legendary. But I just wonder if it's not quite working. He's a contact guy, and that's decent from Cabrera, but that's going to over center field's head. Cabrera with a double. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. But yeah, so I'm wondering a little bit if maybe he's not quite suiting our hitters. And his contract's up the end of this year as Green comes in batting 279. That is a little dribble up. And is he going to know he's not going to get there? But over to third goes Cabrera, and it's Tony Vega, coming in, batting 292 this season. It's a first pitch swing. He sees what he likes, and he hits it, but it's popped up. And that will end the top of the first. But yeah, I'm wondering if maybe just he's not suiting our lineup. And when I looked, every season, he's been with us 3 seasons, and every year the batting average is just getting a little bit lower. So I'm thinking maybe we'll make a change at the end of the season, if not beforehand, with our hitting coach. So 1 out there. We've got Bryant coming in for them now, batting 319 to face Elder. A full count and a strikeout for our pitcher. Now, Elder, you may remember we traded him. We got him in for Abner, I think it was. He was that new team, Indianapolis Knights. That's where we got him from. So... yeah, I don't think we've seen him yet as Michael Toglia comes up, batting 283. There goes the run-up, and there goes the runner again because he's out. And that will do it for the first. Torkelson will lead us off, batting 241 this season. A 1-2 pitch, and another strikeout for Torque. All right, it's Garcia, who's batting 286 this season. Garcia grounds it to second, and that... no, I thought for a second he might be able to get there on that one. Which brings up the youngster, Carter Young. He's batting 290 in his young career. It's a 1-2 pitch, and it's a strikeout. And 1-2-3 go the Tigers. So Toglia will have a second chance now. It's a first pitch swing. It's popped up. And that is going to be caught by third baseman Garcia for 1 away. It is Rincones now coming in, batting 260, a 1-0 pitch. And that is hit into center field. It can't be caught out there by Takazawa, and it is a 1-out single for the Rockies. It brings Brandon Lowe in now, batting 162 and a strikeout, 2 away. Which means Tova will come into bat, batting 292 this year, 2 out, runner at first, and that gets through. Right fielder Cabrera has it. He gets it in. The runner will go to third, so we have runners at the corners. 2 away, and a little bit of pressure here on Edna as he faces Valenzuela, who is batting 223. A 2-1 pitch, and that should be out at second. It is, and that ends the inning. So we are scoreless through 2. And Blake Hunt, our catcher, will lead us off, batting 193 this season. A little bit lower than we would expect from him. And he's popped that up, caught in left field for 1 away. Jose Lopez, the shortstop, batting 219, a first pitch swing. Lopez hits it straight back at the pitcher. That's 2 away. Doesn't like to waste time, does Lopez. Just get it done quickly. Takazawa with 2 out, no one on. He's 0 for 1 today. It's a 3-1 pitch. Takazawa gets himself on base. Now, he's not a bad base runner at all. And let's see if he can get himself over to second with Cabrera, who's 1 for 1 at the plate. It's an 0-2. Make that an 0-3. And that'll do it for the top of the third. It brings Kermea to the plate. I think I've just about not butchered that too badly. He's batting 235 this season. It'll be a little bit less than that now because there's another strikeout for Eder. Cabrera comes back in now for them. 0 for 1 today. A 2-0 pitch. And Cabrera makes it 1-0 to the Rockies. That was zeroed out the moment it left the bat. And it is 374 feet into the left field fan. So the Rockies take a third inning lead, which is less than ideal. And Bryant will now come in 0 for 1 today. It's a 1-1 pitch. Somebody check the scoreboard's not exploding over there. And that is 2 away. And it is... did this guy bat last time? I went over his name nicely, didn't I? Let's go with Zamak. He's 1 for 1. It's a 1-2 pitch. It's going to be out at first. Torkelson has that covered. And that'll do it for the third. But the Rockies jump out to a 1-0 lead. Green at the plate, who's 0 for 1 today. A 2-2 pitch. Riley Green gets a piece of it, but that's going to get caught in shallow right field by the second baseman for 1 away. Brings Vega in. He is 0 for 1 today. It's a 2-0 pitch. Vega grounds it to first base, and that is the easiest out we'll see at first base this season. Bringing Torkelson to the plate with 2 out, no one on. It's a 2-2 pitch. Torkelson strikes out. Well, this pitcher looks quite good, doesn't he? Unfortunately, Toglia comes in now. He's 0 for 1 today. It's an 0-2 pitch. And there's a strikeout. And it's just the one mistake, isn't it, that Eder's done, and it's really cost him here. Rinconez comes in. Now, he got a hit last time up. Not this time, though. That's 2 away. And, oh, did he walk last time, that guy? Anyway, Lowe now, who's 0 for 1. 2 out, no one on. A full count. And down past Torkelson into right field for a 2-out single. All right, Tova now comes in. He is 1 for 1 today. It's a 2-2 pitch. There's a strikeout that'll end the innings. And we go to the 5th, as Garcia will lead us off 0 for 1 today. It's a 1-0 pitch. Come on, Louis. He's hit it to center field, and it is caught for 1 away. Carter Young, who's 0 for 1. It's a full count. Come on, Carter. Get yourself on base. He does. All right, nicely done. Now, he's a good base runner. He's not the worst. Blake Hunt at the plate with a runner at first. What can Hunt do? He can send one up to the moon. It's going to be caught by somebody when it comes down. And there we go. 2 away, which leaves us with our shortstop, Lopez. It's an 0-1. Lopez has put it high into center field, but it'll hang there just long enough for center field to stroll back, make the catch, and end at the top of the 5th. Eder will face Valenzuela now, who's 0 for 1. It's a 1-0 pitch. It's a very different game to the first 2 in the series, which would just run fests. And that is a leadoff single. So man at first, Komea to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. It's a 1-2 pitch. It could be a double play. There's 1. There's 2. Thank you very much. That'll do nicely. And Cabrera, who hit the home run last time up, will step in. It's an 0-1 pitch. 2 out, no one on. And that is going to drop in for a 2-out single in front of Takazawa out there in center field. So that's a 2-out single. Bryant, who's 0 for 2, will step in. First pitch, he has a swing. Lopez has it. Lopez to second, and that will end at the bottom of the 5th. So we're being out-hit 7-1, which isn't ideal. Takazawa will lead us off. It's a full count. Can he get himself on base? No, he can't, as he pops it up into left field for 1 away. It brings Cabrera to the plate. He is 1 for 2. He has our only hit so far today, and he's popped that one up into right field. So all things being equal, this should get popped up into center, and it'd be a nice symmetrical innings for us as Green steps in. 0 for 2. A first pitch swing. Riley Green dribbles it in front of the plate, and the catcher will make a simple play at first to end the 6th, and still just the 1 hit for us. And Holden Powell will now come on. So not a bad start there for Eder. 5 innings, 1 earned run, but we'll see what Holden Powell can do now. It is an 0-2 count, and it is a strikeout for our star relief man, let's be honest. All right, it is Toglia coming in now. He is 0 for 2. He is struck out in 3 pitches. Holden Powell is not mucking around today. Rinconez comes in, 1 for 2 he is. It's a 2-2 pitch. And really, I mean, he just wasted 2 pitches there, didn't he? He struck all 3 hitters out. What an inning that is from Holden Powell. We'll go to the 7th, and Vega will lead us off against the new man, Nick Bush. He has an ERA of 3.42 so far this season. He's going to face Vega first up. A 1-0 pitch, and Vega grounds it to second. And that is 1 away. Torkelson now against the lefty, where he does hit a little bit better. A 1-2 pitch. But you wouldn't know it from that. That's a 3rd strikeout of the day for Torkelson. And it's Louis Garcia now with no one on and 2 out. And he's whipped that away for our second hit of the game into right field. So a 2-out single for Garcia. And let's see what the youngster Carter Young can do now. He is 0 for 1 today. It's a 1-2 pitch. Carter Young pops it up. And that'll be time to stretch. It is 1-0. And a bit of a pitcher's duel in Colorado. Okay, so welcome back. Holden Power will face Brandon Lowe. It's a 1-2 pitch, and that is a ground ball, but that is also out at first as Torkelson gathers it easily. And Tovar now, who's 1 for 2, comes in to face Holden. And he will be walking back to the dugout. A 4th strikeout from 5 batters. And Valenzuela now, who is 1 for 2. A full count. Can we get another strikeout? No. Is it going to get caught? Oh, Riley Green. A wonderful catch in left field. And that will take us into the 8th. It is still 1-0. Blake Hunt will face Bush. Blake Hunt is 0 for 2. That is also the count. And Blake Hunt strikes out. 1 away. Otto Lopez comes in to pinch hit for his namesake. Otto Lopez batting .237 this season. It's a 2-2 pitch. It's into right center field and it drops in. So pinch hitting Otto Lopez with a 1-out single. That is more like it, and it will be Takazawa to the plate. He is 0 for 2. It's a full count. Takazawa into right field. It is well caught, and Otto Lopez cannot advance. So 2 out now. Cabrera will face another new pitcher in the shape of Hernandez. His ERA is 8.49 this season. That's more like it. Can Cabrera get a second hit of the game? No, he grounds at the first base, and we will need runs in the 9th. And it is Ronnie Marinaccio coming in now to face Kamea, who is 0 for 2. It is a 1-0 pitch. I've moved Marinaccio into a setup role, and all he's done there is set it up with a double. So that's not ideal, Ronnie boy. Just to help Sullivan in that role, because Sullivan was obviously struggling a little bit. But there we go. So it's a leadoff double. Cabrera, who is 2 for 3 today, and gets the walk. And maybe there's something about just pitching the 8th inning that we don't like. Bryant now with 2 out, 2 on, no one out. It's a 2-2 pitch. Come on, Ronnie. There's a strikeout. That gives us a way out of the inning now if we can get a ground ball. And Zemelak comes in, who is 1 for 3 today. It's an 0-1 pitch. And that is not the ground ball we were looking for. Can Takazawa stop the run from scoring? He can. Bases loaded with 1 away. Togliat to the plate. He is 0 for 3 today. It's an 0-1 pitch. It is through. And that'll... Oh, it's got past, has it? No, that'll be 2 across the plate. Hopefully no more than that. But with 1 out, we have runners at 2nd and 3rd. We are 3-0 down. And Marinaccio is doing his best to make sure our hearts get broken here. It's a 2-2 pitch now. Can we get the strikeout? No, we can't. That'll be at least 1 more, maybe 2 across the plate. And this game, I'm going to say, is gone. And we have a real problem with this setup role. So Tariq Scrubel will come in now that Marinaccio's destroyed everybody's hopes and dreams. It's a 1-2 pitch. And there's a strikeout for 2 away. And Tovar now, who's 1 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. It's a ground ball. That should be out. That'll end the 8th, but not before the game is taken away from us. It is 5-0 going into the top of the 9th. Riley Green will lead us off. He is 0 for 3 today. It's an 0-2 pitch. And Green strikes out. It has just been a pitiful performance from us at the plate today. Vega now, who's 1-2 pitch, I should say. He's over. And that'll stay the same. So we are down to our final out. It's Torkelson, who struck out 3 times already. It's a first pitch swing, and it is deep. It's very deep, but it is caught at the track to end we've been shut out. What a disappointment. So Ronnie Marinaccio decided just to make it a little bit more comfortable for them in the 9th there. I mean, he has been pretty good. His ERA for the season is still 1.99. So, you know, he's given up 4 earned runs there, and he's got 7 on the season. So it's one of those frustrating ones where he decided to give up more runs in that game than he had, you know, in the season to date. So, yeah, always annoying when that happens. But there we go. I'm glad I came back for that game because we got 3 hits all day. So brilliant. We will be back next time, and the All-Star break's coming up, isn't it? So we'll be back for Game 1 of a doubleheader, I suppose, against Houston. By that point, we should have. It'll be back, won't he? The big show. 5 weeks, maybe not. It'll be close though. So that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully to score a run. Take care.